Here we are.
Hey, friends,
No one's
welcome. How are you?
No one's there.
Oh,
Unless
Okay.
they watch the recording of it later on.
hey. All right.
Yeah, you gotta
Father
give people-
Patrick Hake is here, folks.
I am back.
He's
There we
got
go.
his mug of, what do you got there?
It's just some delicious air.
Oh, that's like dinner from last night at
You
6:30.
didn't put anything in the mug?
Well, I wanted to fit in, okay?
Are we still on?
That was so mean. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, we
so-
are. I was just checking. to
Why don't
make
we
sure it
have
was
one of
coming
those
through?
live stream that's going to start shortly screens up so we don't have to do this part, which is awkward.
You know, maybe the people like the
You
picture.
know? No. There's no one here to watch it.
Two people.
people. That's all we need. Hey, friends,
All right.
4 people.
post your favorite color.
I think it's easier because I can't, when I run it with the, when I can do all the screen stuff, I can't see the chat.
Oh,
That's why we do it this way for this.
okay.
All right. That's the problem.
Right. So who all is
You
out
got
there?
peppermint, Mark? What are you drinking over there?
I am drinking
Tension tamer.
tension tea.
Which is desperately needed right now.
Send in a message, folks.
Who's the author of the tension?
I don't know.
See?
Probably Satan, yeah. No, I don't actually feel a lot of tension. It just sounded nice to keep myself relaxed.
I'm drinking the flowers, the chamomile flowers.
Is that the chamomile?
It's delicious.
It's from Anthony
You know,
Jones.
Antonucci's, right down there on South Wing.
I went and shopped there today.
Did you?
Yeah.
I saw was it
I
Portobello
got
there?
guanciale
Ooh.
and some pecorino romano because I figure
You can
maybe-
always use Pecorino Romano.
That means Pecorino Roman.
we're gonna try and have some lamb on Thursday, and I was thinking maybe a carbonara with it as well.
Oh. I could be easily talked into that.
Hi guys.
Hey, friends,
Who we got here? Elizabeth Davis. All right.
Elizabeth Davis.
Here's to you.
Yeah, from St. Vincent.
17 people.
17.
Yeah.
All right, fire away those questions.
Yeah, we're ready to,
We're
we're
ready?
ready to start.
Or maybe a topic. You just want to hear us talk about a topic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It can be anything. Doesn't
We're-
have to be necessarily even.
I mean, literally, I've been with these guys for, well, a long time now. And
We're desperate to talk to someone else.
so,
When you think about it, I mean, that's the way it's been for weeks.
Yeah.
We more or less have only been talking to each other for weeks, and it's
Yeah. At least in this proximity. Because like with anyone else I encounter in the street or something, it's always
hey, how are you?
6,
Good to
10
see
feet
you.
away.
Thanks for coming.
Which is it's a very different encounter.
The encounter.
The encounter.
explain that reference.
I think it's a professor at the Mount. I've never had it.
Well, yeah, it was.
All the stories.
He was no longer there. He, Father Pietro Rissotti.
Polish.
He was actually from Milan.
Milan, yeah.
He was a priest of the priestly
Salute.
fraternity of St. Charles Borromeo.
A
Hello.
community
Oh,
celebration.
see some 7th, 8th graders on here tonight.
She
Oh,
must have invited them. Is this educational?
Extra credit.
Hey!
We were talking earlier. What do you think about naming St. John the Baptist the Swarm?
yeah. Okay. I have a proposal which is going to be brutally hated by 99% of my people. So why not? So our mascot are the Eagles, or is the Eagles. I don't know exactly the provenance of why the Eagles are our mascot, but I always thought it'd be sweet if,
Literally,
like honey,
like honey.
since St. John the Baptist ate locusts and wild honey, locusts and bees, what if we changed, I know, that's like the worst word to say in this parish. What if we changed our mascot to the Swarm?
St. John the Baptist Swarm.
Wouldn't that be odd? And I'm telling you right now,
Let's see those likes pop up.
Yeah, that's what it was like.
every kid in this diocese
Wants to be part of the
would
Swarm.
would want to have a cool mascot. We're the Swarm. And then I want you to imagine it. Football helmets, one side a locust, the other side a bee. And then we could call the gym instead of the PAC, which no one understands what that means.
Be the beehive.
We could call it the Hive. And then when the kids come out for basketball and they're announced, all right,
Yeah, here we go.
let's see what they're thinking. Best idea ever.
I went
Wow.
to I went to great lengths at recording the podcast today to talk Brian out of making claims like you were going to change the mascot of the school. But I stand corrected. So when you hear the podcast tomorrow, I guess just ignore what Father Patrick and I were saying about, no, he wouldn't make crazy decisions like that.
This is the perfect time to make crazy decisions. Because you all can't come within 6 feet of me, so I can do whatever I want. No, we won't do that.
But I mean, I think it's the sword.
All right,
There
we
are a lot
have,
of eagles
we
in
have a
Fort
first
Wayne.
question. This is
Okay.
kind of more for you.
Okay.
Is there a way streaming daily masses would continue into the future?
I would really actually like to do that. I would like to permanently put cameras both in Garin Chapel and in the church. However, that takes. So if you would like to be a benefactor for that, send in those checks. But yeah, I definitely want to look at it.
What about the daily rosary?
You
That's
know-
a follow-up.
So I was thinking about this as I was running an errand today. And the thing is, I thought, well, might we continue the daily rosary at midday prayer at noon? The thing is, just yesterday we were watching neighbors teach their kids how to ride a bike without training wheels. And while we're in this quarantine period, it's kind of like we've got a set of training wheels attached to us, the help of, us, leading prayer, rosary, midday prayer, things like that. Those things should continue, but the training wheels need to come off. In other words, yes, you should absolutely continue the daily rosary in your domestic church. Part of the idea of this is that you take ownership of worship. Liturgy, as it were, has to be led by the pastor, the parochial vicar at St. John the Baptist. But you, as parents, lead your family in a rosary every day. I was thinking about the Transfiguration. And when Peter, James, and John were up on the mountain, they saw the Lord transfigured in glory. And Peter said, "This is wonderful. Let's build 3 booths, one for you, one for Moses, one for Elijah." They wanted to stay up on the mountain. And yet Jesus said, no, we're actually going to go down the mountain because we have other things we need to do now. Wanting to continue something like live streamed rosary is kind of like being on the Mount of Transfiguration. It's great, no doubt about it. We don't want it to stop, and it's not going to stop. But we should come down off that mountain and move on to the other things we have to do now, which is you leading a rosary in your home. So there you go. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the matter? If you disagree with me, I'm going to spill this hot tea.
I'll pack. No, I think it's most ideal that families pray the rosary together. At the same time, I think that it could be something if a lot of parishioners are enjoying praying it together, or at least like praying it at the same time. I think that people are free to start doing a group, organize yourselves and make some sort of schedule where one person is going to lead it that week or that day, and then everyone kind of tunes into that. I think that would be another reasonable sort of expression.
Pope Benedict called the parish a school of prayer, and it is the job of the pastor, the priest, to teach their people to pray. But an even greater task, and Pope Benedict
Did something happen? Go back on. Yeah.
Are we back on?
Restarted it. It looked like something happened to our internet connection.
Yes, it's frozen. I'm Elsa.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No.
So last week, I was trying if I had.
Hey, my niece is on.
But now I have this talking about, so I'm good to go.
Does she call you father, uncle?
No, it's Uncle Andy.
That would go fast, man.
Because if she called you father, uncle, you'd be the funkle. You're the only owner.
Ah, yes, back on now.
We're back on. We're back.
All right, thanks.
Great. Okay, yeah. Where were we?
That was it.
That was
That was
it.
it. That was
Yeah.
it. As far as the rosary discussion. The next question comes from Art Sislo, and he wants to know,
Ooh.
what does the Didache mean?
It's ancient teaching, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didache means teaching. So it's the one of the earliest church documents laying out the teachings and practices of the church. You can look online. There's copies of it online. Also, there's a popular Bible, study Bible called the Didache Bible, which I highly, highly recommend. It has the scriptures, and then the commentary is from the Catechism of the Church. So it's kind of a teaching Bible.
And the authorship of it is attributed to the apostles. Is that correct?
The apostles or close
The
associates of the
Apostolic
apostles.
Fathers.
Is word.
Teaching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the word, I forget what the root is, but I always remember it as DID is like the indicator that it's going to be teaching something.
Well, didactic, right?
Didactic is teaching, related to teaching. So yeah, Didache literally just means the teaching.
Good read. Check it out.
Your niece would like to know if you're going to be staying here for Easter.
I think that's the plan. Because
No place I would rather be.
there's plenty of places. Just because we're not supposed to travel. We're not supposed to be going to other people's homes. The other thing, Tori, is, what was it, a week ago now? Yeah, a week ago today. I had to give last rites to someone with the coronavirus. And so I wasn't exposed because I had all the protective gear on it. But just to play it safe, really need to practice social distancing with those I'm not living with. See, we're able to, this is like my new nuclear family. Yay. No, I love these guys.
Got a weird way of showing it.
Thank you. But yeah, like I wouldn't want to be around Dad or Bobby, my little great nephew right now, because for all I know, well, any of us could really be carrying it, but especially having been in that situation, just gotta play it safe.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna stay here for Easter. That's the plan.
But the good thing is Easter is actually 50 days.
50 days.
Yeah. So hopefully this will be over by
See what
then.
happens. Another question coming in. Does the 1 hour before Mass Eucharistic fast still apply if you live stream the Mass?
Doesn't really matter because you're not receiving the Eucharist.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so the fast is for receiving the Eucharist, not going to Mass. So you could go to Mass having eaten like a minute before if you weren't going to receive the Eucharist at that Mass.
Mm-hmm.
But for the live stream Mass, you can make a spiritual communion on a full stomach.
But if you are receiving,
Yeah.
it's an hour before you receive Holy Communion.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you come to like the Easter Vigil,
You could
I mean,
you could be snacking on
Yeah.
Twizzlers between the third and fourth reading.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend, but you could.
I actually know someone who went to the Easter Vigil at St. Peter's in Rome, and it was going on so long they attempted to go up to the coffee bar up on the roof of St. Peter's. Did you know that? That there's actually a cappuccino bar and a gift shop on the roof.
In the post office,
Yeah. I have
above the baptistry.
I have purchased a postcard of the dome of St. Peter's, wrote it to my father up there, and then mailed it from that post office.
What are some exceptions to the Eucharistic fast?
I believe if you're pregnant, you are exempted.
What if you look like you're
You have other problems.
If you're ill or in the hospital,
If you're ill, yeah. If you're, yeah.
or if
Medicine,
you're the caretaker.
medicine does not count
Right.
towards the Eucharistic fast.
Is coffee medicinal?
No,
It is in my life.
not according to the CDF.
What about vitamins?
I'm not sure about
Vitamins
that.
would be medicinal.
I think they would be medicinal. Yeah.
So you really only have to fast for 1 hour before your reception of the Eucharist. So really, you could eat up until practically like 10, 15 minutes before the start of Mass.
Well, if the homily's long, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, everyone hates long homilies, but really they're saving you for the Eucharistic fast. That's, I mean,
We're looking out for you.
I'll
yeah,
remember that.
everyone's,
I'll remember
it's a moment of care. Okay, Next question is, what is the prayer that you say after the consecration in Latin?
Mysterium Fidei?
Yeah, I believe
that would be.
yeah.
Is that what you mean? Mysterium Fidei, that literally means mystery of faith.
And then the response is, we proclaim your death, O Lord.
Which sounds
It's-
amazingly like Aragorn's
Yeah.
little song that he sings at the end of Return of the King, which of course is from The Lord of the Rings.
The Terminator?
No.
I think that people need to give Brian a harder time about his hatred for fiction.
Yeah.
It's not fiction in general. Just not a fan of fantasy or sci-fi.
So
I prefer
everything,
reality. It's pretty good here. It's much more interesting.
Yeah, well.
So that's the rest of this. That's the prayer that we normally say. But during that, we're doing all the propers in Latin.
There's no new questions, so we're free to. We would hi to everyone and yeah, because
Wait, what's
people are saying hello. This is a story.
1 year at Easter Vigil, my toddler caught my dress on fire. And
Huh.
when I leaned over to blow his candle out, he caught my hair on fire. Don't come to the Easter Vigil this year. We don't want that.
Okay. Wesley Javins asks,
Oh.
what will happen to confirmation if we can't go to church?
Second time I've gotten that question today. So we will confirm you, obviously, at some point, but it's just wait and see until we're able to get back into the church again. But that decision comes from Bishop, so it's actually one I don't have to make at all.
Speaking of confirmation, what are your guys' confirmation names? I think I know. I could guess maybe. I know Mark's is Thomas More.
Yes.
I went to the cell, Thomas More,
Oh, okay.
and so is Toon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
oh,
your-
the
yours
church in
is-
Canterbury?
In the Tower of London.
Yeah, because his head's in Canterbury.
Who's yours, Andrew?
Michael.
Oh, Michael.
Who's yours?
Aloysius Gonzaga.
Wow.
Because Gonzaga's basketball team was really good the year I was confirmed.
Why not?
God's providence.
If you're out there listening, don't choose a saint based specifically and only on. your
It
favorite
worked out
basketball
for you.
team.
But
But
you have grown to
love him.
build a friendship. What do you know of him now?
I've read his biography. So he came from a wealthy family. He was a very devout and chaste young man. He's the patron saint of students.
So in his wisdom, Aloysius Gonzaga knew that you were so shallow, you wouldn't have an interest in a friendship with him based on faith. So in his wisdom,
He used
used
basketball.
basketball to get his foot in the door, and bam, there you go.
Yeah, I pray to him every day.
That's
He's
what,
not shallow anymore. He's very good.
with St. Thomas More, I chose him because in 8th grade I was feeling called to priesthood and didn't want to be a priest, so I chose a layman. That was the only reason I chose Thomas More.
See?
Wesley, who have you chosen as your
Yeah, let's
confirmation saint? Let us know.
Yes,
yours?
St. Longinus.
Oh,
That is epic.
That's
That's
awesome.
a good one.
That's Maggie.
No, she
Oh, are you
asked-
writing on behalf of
Yeah,
Wesley?
yeah.
Okay. St. Longinus. Very
That's
good.
awesome.
For those who don't know, Wesley, you can tell us via the chat. We'll read it and give you credit. Tell us
Yeah.
who St. Longinus is, because I'll bet you most of our people
Oh,
probably
man.
have never heard of him.
The video is apparently frozen, but there's still sound coming through. I don't know what's happening with the.